welcome. Happy Yuri Day to one and all. To those who celebrate, to those who observe, to those who lurk. No, maybe not to those who lurk. To those who lurk with good intentions. And also yesterday was Make a Terrible Comic Day. I did not do that. I went grocery shopping instead. So I figure better late than never. Lurking with bad intentions. I don't know. I just said the phrase lurking in reference to Yuri, and I made myself uncomfortable. I guess you could lurk in the closet. That's fine. Just not in a creepy way, please and thank you. So yeah, I should probably do some friggin' warm-ups because I have not drawn in far too long. And for those warm-ups, I will for no reason at all be looking up how to draw a star Yu. Yes, I'm in gay baby jail. Lolly put me here and I decided to keep it because it's adorable. I might also still do I think maybe I would like to make it some sort of tradition to do the six challenges, character from memory 6 challenges, because it delights me every single time, and it also drives me mildly crazy that the drawing streams don't have like a solid format to fall back on. I would love to have just a little bit of a skeleton to put flesh onto. Oh my god. Why is this creature so much more? You think of Star Yu and you think, oh yeah, it's just a star. No, it's got like a whole little fucking tactical vest going on. I think maybe the idea was, well, maybe there are starfish that just look like that. I always got the idea that it was like a brooch. But also I watched a lot of Sailor Moon, so they had kind of a similar look to them. What even is this? I thought it would sort of line up with its... No, it has like a little crotch plate and like a little like armpit holster. I guess, okay, draw the star part. See, the problem is I am going to draw this fellow a lot. And I need to learn how to do that in a way that doesn't make me lose my entire mind. No. To hell with thee. Back to the depths from whence ye came. Orpal says, honestly, they're nice even without a format. Sometimes it's like throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. Art is all about that. Truly, truly it is. And, you know, this is my, fourth time doing a drawing stream. The fact that I've even landed on the 6 challenges is really a delight. My thought was, like, challenge, and then suggestions, and then challenge. But people don't always... Oop, that was my thumb. People don't always have, like, a million suggestions to throw at me, so... Maybe I can start getting them ahead of time. Alright, here's an easier Star Yu. This one is all star. All star, baby. No substitutes. So I have in this like old art binder that is like mainly stuff from like late high school, early college. I can't find any of my other old sketchbooks, but everything in that binder is better than the art that I make today. And a lot of it is posted to DeviantArt, so I wouldn't be able to show it. But there was a challenge that I was going to do that was like redraw your old art, because that's always really fantastic. You get like, you know, a glimpse into, you know, somebody's childhood and their influences and stuff, and also, you know, you get to see the art journey of how they've grown. I cannot do that for anything from when I was like 19-ish. There's like a swath of time when I was just so much better at art than I am now. Because I was just like, I was so high, and drawing is very fun when you're very high. So I was drawing just like so much more than I think I've ever drawn in my life, and it showed. But also in this binder I found a comic that I drew in the 1st grade. And there's like 3-ish issues of it, which is really impressive because I I have zero follow through, even more so as a child. So to have gotten that far, I believe, give up when I tasked myself with drawing a human person, and I just simply could not make that work, and so I think it did fall to the wayside at that point. But it's a delight, full of misspellings and weirdness, and the plot of it is entirely based off of what I thought myself to be capable of drawing. Like 100% the amount of like plot band-aids to like this is what I could draw at this moment in time. The characters are chosen because I could draw them fairly decently. How the fuck? I almost feel like I should take a page from my younger self because, dude, fuck Staryu. What is this bitch about? What are you? Who do I know this man and why do I hate him? Oh, no. I mean, within the realms of, create a terrible comic day, I think maybe I can really sort of phone it in and flub it and make a star and maybe add to it later. I would also love at some point maybe to like make a video of me doing like a dramatic reading of the comic where you can zoom in on each of the panels and see what's going on, but I will, once I get a couple more Pokemon down, just do I have the pages all ready to show. Hi, Carly. Hey, welcome. Hello. This creature is all angles. I did find a very, like, rounded version of it that I enjoy. It's also much simpler than some of these other ones. I just don't... Why does it have to have this stupid contraption uponst it? I do not... Gay people I do not respect. Staryu. Gay people I do respect, Jigglypuff. Now, hopefully the design is as simple as I remember it. Yes! Oh, even more so! Thank you, Jigglypuff, my beautiful princess. You're all that I've ever loved in my entire life, and I used to, beat the shit out of you as Kirby, like, all day, every day. My old... Because I've always been quite crap at video games, but I would have friends who were quite good at video games, and so me and my bestie in elementary school would... let's just get rid of that here. Would play Smash, but like not competitively, because that would be boring. I would just always get my ass kicked. So we would just go in as like 2 Kirbys, because Kirby was the shit, and... just beat the shit out of level 9 Jigglypuffs over and over and over again. And I really love, there's this little, like, bit in Gravity Falls where they're playing, like, the Street Fighter game, and just, like, partway through the battle, they're like, I'm gonna punch the ref, yeah! And they both start, like, punching the ref, and I'm like, oh, that was me. We created our own little games of, like, sacrifice. There's like a little ship on one of the levels that's like, oh, it's a little spaceship, and it's like a platform, but if you stay on it for too long, it shoots off into space and kills you. So we had this little game where we would like sacrifice items to Shippy, or we would get like try and get the best items we could find and then get on the ship and have it send us into the abyss. The things that kids can do for hours on end without getting bored is really astounding. Carly says, like, the hymn Daisy, I'm guessing that's Persona 4 comic dub. I am not familiar. I do not go there. Smoking some weed to test your being high makes you better at art. No, it doesn't make you better at art. I can attest it does not make you better at art. It makes art more... But, like, I was getting high and needed something to do with my hands, basically. So I was just getting better at art because I was doing it more often. No, I could show you some of my fucking, like, Mighty Boosh fan art from back then, and there's stuff that didn't make it into the binder. The binder is all the best stuff, and the best stuff from that era is, like, so much better than my best stuff in this era. It's a mess. And so often do I wish that I weren't working on a side account so that I could show people just, like, the madness that was my old DeviantArt, because I think it's really endearing. But, alas, I have created a cage for myself, and for good reason. Nobody needs to connect Clown Twink to Twink IRL. This is simply not what anybody needs in their life. Except for a special few who get access to my Instagram. Big ups to the friend jar. Oh my god, I'm not getting the proportions right on this cute little motherfucker. But it's bad comic. It's the day after bad comic day. Damn it, terrible comic day. And I can make a terrible Jigglypuff if I want. Oh, I fucked up the hair so much. I'm sticking with it. It's very good. It's all about commitment. That's what they say in improv. They say fail hard, and it does create a better scene every time. Look at him. He's my best friend. He's my Rim Rim Dilly Dilly. Put him in the fridge, you silly. Oh my god. Truly the worst. Truly the fucking worst. I love him. Okay, that's good enough. I'll save the reference images to come back to real quick. Oh, I forgot something very important. The marker. I used to think that gag was so fucking funny. I still think it's pretty good, but like, man, things hit different when you are a small child. Okay. Now for the last member of our crew. Wait, not the last member of our crew. I know how to draw Pikachu. I can draw Pikachu in my fucking sleep. I did like a whole study on Pikachu. That bitch is just a sack. That dude is just like a burlap sack with a skeleton of a critter somewhere inside there. Sometimes we see a little bit of a limb, but mostly just sack-based. All right, he's got the wheel brows. He's got the wheel... Wah! Wah! Something like this, right? Maybe a little bit more of a... He's so frog-coated. World's best Poke Dad. I love the Ditto hack. I love the gags about the Ditto hack of putting the Ditto in the nursery. And I thought it was very... When I, like, learned later, like, oh, there's benefits to having it be, like, not a Ditto on the other side. And I was like, oh, but that's... Why would you put any effort into Pokemon in this manner? I still believe that. Why would you not? I mean, I get it to play like competitively or whatever, but like once you get Flamethrower, it's like, that's it. That's the game. You just kind of use that shit over and over again. Elite Four, more like Elite Boar. That ain't right. That ain't quite right. That's right. This is our guy. This is our main man. Although I don't think Dittos are gendered. I think maybe they just are. What is that old theory? I really like the theory, because I believe Ditto is... I could be wrong. I believe Ditto was, like, made in a lab? Question mark? And there was, like, the theory that they tried to clone Mew or like create something using Mew's DNA, and the result was Ditto, and that was backed up by the fact that like they're the only two Pokemon that can learn Transform. And that's just become my headcanon because it delights me. God, this Jigglypuff. God damn it. I looked away for a second and it looks away for eternity. Carly says, it's Yuri Day, so the Starry and the Jigglypuff are officially in lesbians. Well, let's see if that's canonical to the comic. Let's hide this real quick, because I am going to read to you a comic that I believe is just called Pokemon. Yes, I believe... I don't know how well you can see it. It's an issue of being a vertical on a horizontal thing here, but can I move all of it as one? Yes, good. Like I said, I would love to do like a video where I edit it so I can zoom in on all of the, yeah, Jigglypuff ass! 100%. I honestly don't know if that was a gag on, it's off too far to the side, and it's like too realistic to be like the ass drawn by a 6-year-old, so I think that was a full fucking mistake. A happy accident, if you will. There's also Diglets in this, but no one needs to learn how to draw a fucking Diglett. Oh, this is so good. I don't know if you can see this, but there's the outline of, because I'm looking at the actual comic in my hands. There's the outline of where I clearly tried to draw a Butterfree, and I just must have gotten too frustrated by it and erased the whole thing out. Or maybe it's a Zoot. No, it must be a Butterfree. That's beautiful. I never noticed that. Anyway, this is issue 1. The misspellings are so fucking endearing. I love this comic so much. Okay, this is Pokemon issue 1, The Moon Mind. And yes, I do believe that is meant to be moon mine, as in a mine. And as I'm not going to read it off the screen. The screen is too small. I'll flip the pages in real life and read aloud. Boop. Attention troops, we have a special mind to find on the moon. Here, it looks like a W. Is that an H? Okay, I guess here is a picture. Okay, I guess there is a Doug trio that is like part of the squad here. So that corner is folded over, but that is a Ditto up there with a little cat mouth. And we've got Jigglypuff, Staryu, Ditto, Doug trio. Now, like I said a little earlier, I do like the dimensionality of the cave entrance. Not bad, honestly. The plot, the character choices, and the plot of this are solely based off of what I was capable of drawing at the time. 100%. So you'll see I chose the ones that I was vaguely... and I dropped Pikachu, like, pretty quick because I'm like, there's only so much I can commit myself to this dude. Similarly with Jigglypuff. 1,000,000 millimeters. Must not know the difference between... I do live in America. I don't know why we're going with metric here. I'm going to need some volunteers. All 2 L's. All right. You, and you. Okay, we're ready to go. Everybody in the ship. This beautiful spaceship. I don't know why it says USA. I guess I was just like, that's what spaceships look like. They all say USA on the side. We're here. Nice land. Where's the mind? And okay, I believe that is the mind in the corner there, and Ditto has found it and is letting us know by saying Ditto. If anybody remembers something called Magical Pokemon Journey, I think it was Journey and not Adventure. There was this comic called Magical Pokemon Journey, and it's kind of hard to find now. All the scans are online. It was this really cute, like, non-official Pokemon comic about a girl that had Pokemon friends, and it was a Clefairy and a Pikachu, and the Clefairy could talk, but then the Pikachu would just say Pikachu, right? And I do believe the Ditto in this does only say Ditto, and it is 100% inspired by that, if I had to guess. All right. You found it. Thank you, Ditto. I have to choose voices for these characters. I'll go in first. The Moon Mind. I imagine if this was a real comic, well, it is a real I imagine if this was an official professional comic, that would probably be a full-page spread, but in this one, we have this little jiggly thing and a jiggly inside. That does say jiggly, although I do believe it speaks... Yeah, it speaks English. Let's go in. Awesome. Tell, don't show. Good job, Twink. I'll go in with you. Okay, we have a little sweat drop on the head there. All right, it's filling the space. I'm losing it. This is so cute. Oh no, Doug Trio. Better, I believe, yeah, better make a getaway. Okay, this is a gag. It has dropped its sword onto its cape, and it tries to make a getaway. Oh, I like what you've done with the place. Doug Trio. Diglett, Doug Trio, Diglett, Doug Trio. Rip. Rip, 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 echo of a rip. Doug Trio. Doug Trio. Oh, they didn't like that. Make a run for it. Hurry. Oh, look at the little feetsies doing the little feetsy run. Wait, on the next page. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Okay, here's the rip and the echo of the rip. And look at the little Jigglypuff running with the feetsies. I'm running as fast as I can. And I believe this next panel is supposed to be 2 tunnels going in either direction. Oh no, which tunnel? Okay, this is a map, and the map says left, and I believe that there's a Mewtwo in there somewhere. Okay, let's go. Dub Trio. Cool, they made it out. They made it out, guys! Wow, they escaped the danger of the Doug Trio. My water gun went off? I don't know why it would. Surely there's a gag there I'm missing. I don't think it's a pee your pants joke, but maybe you got so scared that the water gun went off. The big Doug Trio is my favorite from here. It does, yeah, a little, it's like a little equal sign O face. That's beautiful. Almost there to Mewtwo. Wait, are they going there to meet? No, I have to flip back there. Are they going there to meet Mewtwo? Their Pikachu guy who was running it said, "We have a special mind to find on the moon." Oh, here is a picture. Okay, he doesn't give them a mission. He just says, "We have to find the mine on the moon." Okay. Oh no, Mewtwo! I'm gonna tell you this right now, we do not get to see Mewtwo. But just trust, he's there. Showtime! Agility! Zoom! Did Staryu use agility on the Jigglypuff? Oh, and is riding on its back. That's cute. We made it. Good. I'll get the communicator. All right. Okay, this is a cute little, I don't know if it's showing, I might have cropped it off, but there's a little, I made it like jumping. There's like a little jumping effect there, and I think I did that because it was like floating from the bottom of the page, and I was like, no, I made it too far off the bottom of the page. I guess it's jumping now. Sometimes you gotta flip the script and go tell, don't show. Yeah, it's all... It's easier to draw that way. All right. Outside mine. Oh, it's spelled correctly. Good job. Not quite sure what's happening here. Is this a view from above? What is all this that was erased? There's like an alphabet happening. Was it supposed to be a keyboard? It might have been a keyboard. Oh, wait, okay. No, are the circles denoting where the characters are? Like, no, there's no D for ditto. Anyway, the Pikachu asks, I'm guessing, are the communicator. Are you the... Oh, wait, or is it a picture of the communicator? And that's like... The microphone? Jesus Christ. Almost. Good. Alright. The map says left. There we go. Let's get going. Alright. A lot of let's get going. Well, first, okay, no, slow down the action-packed pace. Well, first, let's wait for Ditto and Pikachu. I thought Pikachu was sort of staying outside. 900,000 years later. Aw, Jigglypuff is asleep. Puff. Fuck, that's cute. We're here. Jig! Hiya! Oh, 6-year-old me got me. Awesome. All right, let's get going. The hard to draw Pokemon says, I'll wait here. And the other hard to draw Pokemon says, me too. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, let's go in. Fuck, that rules. Perfect. Okay, I think we've got what looks like 2 Master Balls here and some sort of glowing orb. And they have cute little shelves. I'll carry these. Disappear. So Staryu does... You know, this is before Steven Universe. Staryu, like, bubbled them and sent them back to the cave or whatever. Wow. Magic is real. There does seem to be a Doug Trio drawn alongside Staryu for some reason. I don't know what that was meant to be or why it was erased, but it's gone, just like the Pokeballs. I'll also take this. Disappear. Wait, can I do a... Now it must say, oh yeah, it's folded. Now to get going. Oh, it put it in its little chest crystal thing. Okay. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, teleport. We made it. Jig. In the ship. Okay, look out for issue 2. And then we have a little, oh, I don't think I scanned the issue. There's like the issue list. Issue 1, Moon Mine. Issue 2, Crystal Trouble. Issue 3, Marble Mania. Issue 4, Rose Trade. Issue 5, Magic Mystery. Issue 6, Crown. Could I just not think of? Issue 7, Treasure. Issue 8, Time Fly. Issue 9, No, I couldn't even tell you. Tree. Nope, no idea. And issue 10, Crystal. Tokyo? Crystal. Toria? Nope, no idea. I made the boxes before I wrote the text, and so it's really jumbled in there. The end. Load-bearing USA livery. A plot also entirely based off of I stapled the pages together and then started on it. So however many pages I had, that's where the story went. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful work of art. I don't know how I could possibly improve on this, but I can certainly make it shittier. So let's see. Page. I don't want to do the cover, so I've decided that I won't do the cover. Because I'm an adult, and I can make these decisions. Oh, I'm scared. I should probably mark off where the page is on... Excuse me? On... Where are you? Where do you end, and where does the drawing begin? Yes. More or less that. That's fine. I'm very good at drawing straight lines. Okay. New layer. How long can I put off drawing this? Out of sheer terror. I can do a Pikachu. As I've said, I can do a goddamn Pikachu. Like nobody's business. I do love this little sack boy. I was very much a Pokemon anime kid. I still, to this day, dress like Misty. Like, I think I imprinted on that fashion style. I think the Sailor Moon characters had kind of a similar vibe. Let's do a little... But, I was very much a cat kid. And so Meowth was my special little guy. And I discovered at some point in, it must have been middle school, that people were shipping Meowth and Pikachu. I don't know if I've talked about this on any of my streams. It's a story near and dear to my heart. Back when, like... I don't think this was, like, part of a web ring. It might have been part of a web ring, but that people would make, like, websites to, like, describe why their ship exists and, like, have all of these different sources of all the, like, moments they've had together. So I found the website. It must have been a web ring, right? Because it had, like, little links and images to, like, other ships that all connected to each other. The actual, like, web ring era was not... when web rings were, like, a thing was when I was, like, playing Flash games on CartoonNetwork.com, you know? Or Neopets. So I found a lot of them after the fact. And, I must have said this on stream. It's ringing a bell. There is, like, at least somebody on the Pokemon anime team was like, yeah, this is canon, because there is a song on one of the audio CDs of Meowth singing a love song to Pikachu that includes the line, I like you like I would like a girl. Wait, pretend I didn't say that. So, like, I would love to get more people on board with my silly little ship of these silly little guys. Is this correct? Is this what it is? Yeah, he would just have a little, like... I'm kind of trying to maybe not emulate it exactly, maybe give it, like, a little bit of a glow-up. But it's still terrible. I'm calling it Terrible Comic Day, even though it is very much not Terrible Comic Day any longer. But I am using that. I am using that to allow myself to be maybe not very good at art. Although, I mean, guaranteed this Pikachu is going to come out looking pretty fucking cute. But is this kind of the pose? Speech bubbles in post. Let's see. Is this breaking the 180 rule? I don't think this is breaking the 180 rule. Have I drawn him much too large? I mean, I don't think I'm gonna fit the whole... Well, maybe I could. Like, make this... Computing. Because if I were to really, like, redo this, I said to myself, I'm not going to worry about, like, what's it called? The spacing on the... Hi, Ariel! Pika-pee! Carly says, Happy Yuri Day to Pikachu and Meowth. Yes! Also, gender fuckery with the both of them. I demand it. Team Rocket demands it. Give me trans femme Ash Ketchum all day, every day. Austin says, you are going to a place that I cannot follow. I know. I know. But perhaps Sunday. Hi, Nascurlydom! No one on Team Rocket is cis. This is extremely true. One day when I can safely exit the hold that ESAT has on me, I've had this, like, reverse rocket AU that I've been working on forever. The issue is it's another one of those things that I've been imagining as a comic for so long that the idea of, like, writing it in any other format feels blasphemous. But yeah, it's just like any other reverse AU, but I did really overproduce the hell out of it and work out, like, every single detail. It's simply the idea that, like, the ages are reversed and things go really terribly for Ash and Misty, and you know, Team Rocket, like, finds each other when they're, like, much younger, much sooner in their journeys, so they are, like, sort of less toxic about all their shit. And the real stretch where I do keep rewriting it because I can't figure it out is how do we make Meowth stronger than Pikachu? And how do we make it like Team Rocket would want to steal it? But similarly to John Egbert's dad, when the scratch happened, the entire axis of the timeline does swivel around Brock, and so Brock is the same in both universes. He does also join Jesse and James on their little journey. Nesgrodum says, have you played Deltarune Chapter 5 yet? I played like 5 minutes and then fell asleep because I still had not finished Chapter 4. I'm gonna try so hard to not be spoilery. I took forever to finish Chapter 4 just because I fell off of it and it took me a while. And then when I came back to it, I have 2 different save files. And so on one of them, there's like a boss that's really anxiety inducing. It's like very stressful boss. And I was like, oh, cool. Okay, thank fuck. I finished that. And then I realized I would have to do it on the other save file too. And the other save file was the one that I wanted to continue on to Chapter 5. So I just like really put it off to the last second. And then by the time I finished it, I was too sleepy to keep going into Chapter 5. But I am sort of glad that I did it that way, because and this is not a spoiler in any way, the like in between chapters you kind of visit the little Darkner town where all your recruits are and Ralsei and stuff, and like you didn't get to at the end of chapter 4, you instead go at the start of chapter 5, and so I'm sort of glad that I did it that way, because I would not have remembered any of the shit that they were referencing there had I not just done it myself. So that was kind of nice. Story progression that I created for myself. I'm just gonna do the full curl here. Love a Jigglypuff. Love a goddamn Jigglypuff. All of the like round creatures were very much my thing as a kid. Let's make them a little farther away. We've got to put them in kind of a lineup here. I know how spatial proportion what's its work. 100%. Arlo says, when I got my friend to play ESAT and they were watching Let's Plays, and they said, I love how the hive mind collectively decided they have, I'm assuming Loop has James Team Rocket voice. I mentally went in a different direction. I can't remember what exactly. I think I did, when I did like my version of it, I think I did more of a Valley Girl for mine, but just like I couldn't tell you where I based my internal Loop voice. Just very over the top dramatic. It didn't have like a queer spin to it that the James voice has. Also, maybe this is common knowledge, but I was still blown forever ago when I learned this. Same voice actress that does Jessie does Misty, and the same voice actress that does Brock does James. And I think that's really fantastic. It's also kind of a funny, like the Brock voice acting was always like pretty subpar, and so looking at it with that knowledge, it's like, oh, it's harder to act when you're like doing a voice, and Brock is like very much him trying his hardest to do a voice. So yeah, you know what, actually it's understandable that maybe you wouldn't be at the top of your game while doing that. Fair enough, bud. And also the Ash voice actress did May, and there was a lot, like it was like a small team that would sort of double up. And my girl Maddie Blostein, oh my god, she did so many of the voices. She was Gary, she was Meowth, she was my all-time favorite side character, the British guy who was mean to his Charmander. Charmander. I love him so much. He's so mean for literally no reason. And he's like, I don't care if Charmander dies. Like, yeah, man. Well, your stupid little fucking vest, I hate your ass. The late Maddie Blostein, incredible trans voice actress, taken from us too soon. How do you make a Jigglypuff sort of looking forward? That's good enough. This is incorrect on like every level, right? There's more creature down here than I've given. There's more creature available. More creatures, more real estate, if you will. But that's probably fine. The ears are also... Nope, I must move on. This is a whole comic and it's allowed to be shitty. Okay. Why is there a fucking Dugtrio here? I think maybe I fucked up and I was like, okay, Dugtrio's part of the team because Dugtrio's like easy to draw, right? And then at some point between the two, I forgot that was a thing. It was like, actually Dugtrio is like the enemy. So I'm gonna do a little edit and say that Dugtrio is not in the room in this moment. Catching up on chat. That's Grodin says, understandable. Won't do questions then about chapter 5. Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to answer them anyway because I still think it's too soon to be doing spoilers. I don't know. Not everybody's super fast about these things. And I like to savor it. Yeah, Ariel says, I love that, and also I ship them. I don't know what that would be in reference to. Also, Brock is just, oh, shipping Brock and James. Oh, why do I not know off the head what that's called? I feel like I used to know. That was the era of, like, shipping names. All the voice actors. Shipping names that was, like, blank shipping. And they were... None could be the same, even with between fandoms. Like, each ship had to have its own individual name, and I actually really think we should keep voice actor self. Awesome. I feel like we should bring that back because sometimes it's like really hard to like look up something that you ship, and it's really infuriating. And while it's cute that we give the like the ship's little names, it's like, no, you've made it so that I will never find this. Just I'm begging you, just combine the two characters' names. I'm begging you. And even then, sometimes it doesn't work. How do you draw a star from a 3/4 angle? I guess I'll just do it and then I'll edit where it lives in space. Yeah, that's basically... Let's do a little... How can I cheat this sucker? I'm not looking at my references anymore. We're long past the point of references. This is simply who we are now. Entertain us. Fine. Okay, that line is just there. This is fine. This is acceptable. I can live with this. She said, you know, like a liar. Carly says, so the fandom I was in high school had nicknames for all the characters that were just 2-digit numbers, with a few exceptions that were single letters. That's so stressful. That's incredibly stressful. It doesn't need... We just don't need to do things like that, gang. How do I open the menu on this? No, give me the... I don't want the square... I don't want the square tool, I want the lasso. Give me the lasso. Ah! Oh no, wait, this is fine, we can do this. Yeah, that's basically it. I have strong Pokemon anime feelings, and it's tough because the source material is like so made for kids. And like made for kids by like American standards too. So kids shows in other countries are usually they don't talk down to kids nearly as much as American stuff does. And the fact that like the Pokemon anime flies by American standards is like, yeah, there's only so much depth that you're going to be able to get out of this. And also, I just don't want to rewatch it to like... If I'm writing any of this, I am inventing the characters in my head from scratch because I don't want to have to watch it to relearn it. A homonym of the main character's name is almost 27, and the number is referenced in a lot of his outfits and stuff. Okay. And then the fan was like, wait, almost all the main cast has homonyms like this. Oh, so I guess that makes it somewhat easy to remember. That just sounds like I'm not good at memorizing numbers. There was a time in my life when I could, and then I smoked just so much weed. I have to assume I meant for Pikachu to be standing in front of like a projector. That makes sense to me. And just we'll turn it slightly to the side to make it somewhat different than that first panel. You know what? I'm gonna give him a little laser pointer. That's a Pika hand holding a laser pointer. Love Poke Annie. I was also big into Digimon. I tried to rewatch Digimon recently. Because also one of my besties is like big into more so than I was into Digimon. I think her brother cosplays a. I need to not talk about what me and my friends cosplay, because there does reach a certain point where it's like, oh, we're the only people who cosplay those. That is a dead giveaway. But I tried to rewatch it, and it's rough, gang. It's really rough. It's one of those shows where anytime the smallest thing happens, every single character has to give their character-specific input on it. And the character-specific input by, like, the really, really, like, watered-down cheesiness of their, like, a rock is falling. Like, oh, I believe that is an igneous rock, or, oh, that rock is scary, or, oh my god, the rock is going to chip my nails. Big brother, what's a rock? Don't worry, I'll save you. Like, just really fucking... Okay, so the rock is still falling? We're still waiting for that rock to fall, huh? Okay. Who else hasn't spoke? Oh, the tomboy? That rock looks like a soccer ball. I couldn't make it past the first episode. I really tried. I wanted to get to my girl Gatomon and her whole thing, but I just couldn't. I couldn't sit through it. I love Digimon. I had one of those Digivices. I don't know what... I think there were actually some... Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Digimon was a Tamagotchi-type device before it was a show or a comic or anything. I think it was, like, based on the Tamagotchi. I could be fully misremembering. Pika Mouth. It's hard to draw and talk, but I'll get the hang of it. I had one of the generations of those with the Gatomon in it, and I could never figure out... I, like, had the instruction manual, too. I could never figure out how to get that motherfucker to digivolve. It was so infuriating, because you'd be... It was, like, a pretty cool thing altogether. Like, you would walk around and, like, gain stats, I think, and then it would, like, randomly, as you're, you know, like a step counter, it would run into... like Digimon in the wild, and you would battle them, but I couldn't for the fucking life of me figure out how to get it to digivolve in those battles, so I would lose a lot, because you really do need to be able to digivolve for a lot of those battles. This Pikachu is fucked. This is a fucked Pikachu. That's a little better. I simply must move on from this fucked Pikachu, or I will be... I don't want to redraw it. I just don't. I have to draw a fucking asteroid. An asteroid with, oh, the mine is at the... Huh. How do I want to make the mine do? Do I want to just sort of go with the same little yonic waving blob that I originally designed? Because it is very funny to just have it there like that. I can make it like a little more... Make it like a little bit more like, yeah, like a little bit more craggly, I guess. Yeah. That's something. That's not nothing. I do like that Past Me did some, like, spatial stuff here. I'm not gonna misgender my past self. She had some kind of little things going in other directions here a little bit. Good for you, baby twink. Aw. I loved Gigapets, man. I didn't have a Tamagotchi proper until I got it for the, what's it called? The Game Boy Color. That I finally got my little Tamagotchi, which so much better when you can turn off the game and come back later. Oh my god, I cannot describe. My Gigapet died so often because and I don't know if this was just me or something, but like, I would constantly wake up to it dead. Like, I would do everything before bed that I was supposed to do to take care of it, and then I would just wake up and it would be a little fucking angel. And I'm like, my dude, I have to sleep. Like, I don't know what you want from me. God damn. Fucking, and this is why I don't have kids. Can't even keep a thing fucking alive throughout the night. Okay. This is acceptable. Let's do a little pew. No, wait. Pew. All right. And then I can, yeah, I'm going to need volunteers. All right, this is the first part of the first page. It's so cute. I'll put all of these together later in some semblance of an actual comic page. It's so precious. What the hell? Maybe I'm okay at art, actually. Maybe I'm like half decent. No one can say for certain. All right. Time for the lineup. By the way, can anybody hear? I have the fan going in the background, and I don't know if it's like doing that thing where it's like in the, I don't know. I don't know if it's audible literally at all. Catching up on chat. Carly says, Austin is just yelling, watch Beat Break over and over. I'm unfamiliar with Beat Break. And yes, it was a Tamagotchi device marketed for boys TM first. Yay, I remembered a thing. Current V-Pets have a freeze function. Thank fuck. But they're meant to die twice as fast after 5 days. Canonically, they reincarnate. No fans audible, thank you. They die twice as fast after 5 days, as in, like, because they're elderly, they're more prone to dying. That's kind of interesting. I remember, like, KK Flipnote had the elderly shark man that he was keeping alive for 1,000 days. And I'm like, he kept doing the thing of, like, I've kept it alive for a year. I'm going to go to this number. And, like, kept pushing it back until he hit 1,000. And I'm like, oh, at what point do you decide to let it, after 1,000 days, at what point did you decide to let it go? I would really struggle with that, I think. All right, I'm pulling the references back up for the lineup. I'm going to start with Ditto, because I'm a kind and caring individual who wants an easy win. Just let me have this. I want to give them a little, yay! Oh, Ditto. You're so wonderful. I love a Ditto. I do love Pokemon. I hate Pokemon so dearly, but it's so, like, burnt into my soul and me as a person. It's the most profitable, what is it? The most profitable media entity, I don't know what you would call it, the franchise, the most profitable media franchise in the world. So it's already like, all right, it built its legacy on gambling. Like, truly, the whole, like, collect them all is super not good for your brain. It just isn't. The fact that Pokemon managed to bring NFTs back, and by that I mean they are Pokemon cards that live only on your phone and are not tradable, and you spend money for them. That's a fucking NFT. And people go gaga for it. I don't think it's as popular as it once was, but oh my god. Anytime you have a gacha, those apps are fully powered by the people who are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on the game. And then there's the everyday people who are like, I spent $50, and it's like, don't spend $50 on a fucking phone app. I can't believe they put slot machines in our pockets. But I also similarly have beef with like, because Pokemon simply doesn't have to try. They don't. They can just release the same game over and over and over again and never change anything or add anything. They used to be more innovative, and that has slowly faded over the years. I can't remember the last like non mainline game that they released. Was it the Pokemon Snap, which even then was like not not a new idea. It's a reboot. It's a remaster. It's a sequel. It's nice to see Todd Snap all grown up. The new Pokemon Snap was so good, but also so stressful because there was so much going on. Like, I had to take breaks between levels because it just drained like so much energy. I do love Pokemon. I love Pokemon one-off games, but the mainline games, it's the same mechanic, and I'm so deeply bored of it. And it just bugs me that they so rarely think outside of the box. Like, there was a period where they're like, oh, we'll add like contests and I don't know, like the underground shit, right? Like, they kind of would try to do new things, and that just fell off. Like, that truly just fell off. It's more about how marketable, like, this special type of evolution is gonna be, you know? Just, capitalism kills creativity and all that good shit. Well, I should make it more excited. How do you make a Staryu? They bend. I think Staryus bend. Oh, something that is so funny to me about, I love early Pokemon stuff so much because it's like, so many of these designs just simply do not make sense in real life. And it wasn't always the same people making each different product, right? Like, I don't know that the people making the anime were the same people making the games or the comics or anything, but they would just pass over this like very difficult to conceptualize world and creatures and be like, you figure it the fuck out. And so everyone sort of had this different, like, for some reason, Pokemon Snap in particular, like, they really were just flying by the seat of their pants. And it's such a delight because they couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on with Staryu. And so Staryu is just their, like, and maybe are they ninja throwing stars? Like, is that a thing? Because they were just flying through the fucking air. I'm still so delighted by that. Oh, there's also I think this was literally just, I don't know how this happened. They didn't re-record Magnemite, Magneton, the first one, Magnemite. And so it was really confusing as a kid because the Magnemites in that game just make this like really weird noise. Oh, what button did I hit? What button did I hit? Don't do the thing again. I will fucking cry. The Magnemites in the Pokemon Snap game. This isn't good. Did I turn the opacity off? No. The fuck? Please don't be like this. Okay, Jesus. Basically, the Magnemite makes a weird, like, like a weird, like, digitally noise, and, you watch the anime, that's not the noise they make. And then I learned years and years and years later that the Japanese name for Magnemite is Koidu. And for some whatever reason they like left the original Japanese sound effect in there, so all the Magnemite are going Koidu, Koidu, and it's a way better sound for that Pokemon. Okay, catching up on chat. Carly says, yes, like Digimon, you gotta give them protein and meat every X amount of hours, depending on the stage. And after 5 days, if you meet the requirements, you'll have a Mega. And then at day 7, the timer increases, so if you don't feed them and wake up by 7 a.m. to hit that timer, you'll max your care mistakes and kill them, forcing a reset. This has been Austin's V-Pet rant corner, featuring his rat tail of 11 Digivices. That's fucking beautiful. I was stressed enough when I had a cat, man. I don't I don't need that shit in my pocket. All right, why has the pen forsaken me again? Is it for any of the reasons it has forsook me in the past? My laptop fell. My laptop fell! Everything is going to shit. Ariel says, my partner's very enamored with your baby Pikachus. I could do Pikachus all day, man. I love just making the most, like, simple... I like making a shape and turning it into a Pikachu. I like drawing orb Pikachus that are the most orb I can possibly do. Did I switch layers and now I'm on a... No? What if... Wow. Wow! It's not... The old thing was... Wait, nope. Okay. The layer opacity button has 3 modes. Learning something new every day. Orbichu! I have so many... There's so much space in my sketchbooks that are taken up by orbular Pikachus. Love a Orbichu. Oh, Jigglypuff is like jumping. I can do a jiggly jump. Seriously? I'm gonna lose my fucking gourd. No, but we fixed it though. Wait, did I lock the layer? Chat, you saw it! God damn it! Oh, I'm furious now. I've become furious. I've reached my final form, and she is so furious. What the shit? No, this is fine. This is cool. I definitely won't have to nuke the whole setup in order to switch to my fucking... I do have a tablet now that I can switch to, but takes some getting used to as opposed to my pen. My Apple iPad pen soul or whatever. Come on. Ha ha ha! Okay, how do I not fuck that up? Alright, Jigglypuff incoming. Apparently, Jigglypuff's rollout move is very good in competitive Smash. But it seems to me, any move that you have to charge seems like it's really difficult in a fast-paced match. My younger siblings are like... Because I came in being like, oh, I love Smash Bros. Because it's like fun and I get to play Kirby and beat up Jigglypuffs, right? And I show this to them as like the big sister, and they're actually into the actual game instead of the stupid way that I play it. Is that what its arms would do? I guess its arms are down here. I guess they would be like... There's no good way to go about that. And they actually got extremely good at it and play competitively and like used to like win money and shit playing Smash Brothers. So I vaguely know about wave dashing. And I know that Sans Undertale can do it. But it is one of those. They will talk to me about Marvel and DC, and I don't care. I just don't care. But they'll tell me about Smash Bros, and I'm like, I still don't go here, but it is infinitely more accessible to me. I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. Find any in to find interests in the interests that the people you care about are into. Anything you can do. Any foothold. Or else you're going to be in fucking the theater, watching Fantastic Four with them and covering your mouth so you can do riff tracks to yourself. I respect that you like the thing. I just so... Ugh. It is tough to get a foothold. It is occasionally tough to get a foothold and be a supportive person when someone is just like really into like, I don't know. I'm glad I don't have any friends who are into trains or like automobiles in any way, shape, or form, because that's somewhere I don't think I could follow. As it is, I'm like really struggling. My dad is really into like astrophysics, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like, at the very least, I can understand why someone would think it was cool. I can't even like empathize with trains. God bless anybody's hyper fixation and special interests ever. It makes me happy that it exists. But sometimes friendship is hard. And sometimes you don't know where to put a Jigglypuff's fucking arms in order to make it look even a little bit normal. This creature is so simple. This creature is so simple. I do not know why it is giving me such a hard time. I guess that's what young me thought when she had to write Jigglypuff out of the comic, to just feel like, I can't draw this motherfucker anymore. Give me the star because I know how to do this and put a circle in the middle, and then give me Ditto because Ditto is any shape I want him to be. Yay! Ditto is much too large, aren't they? We'll fix it in post. Ariel says, I love public infrastructure. I could totally be a trains person. I love the idea of layouts for that. Like, I could get into like laying out a walkable city. It's the actual like engines and whatnot that I just cannot summon up. I nothing trains, you know? I don't love them, I don't hate them, I have no feelings one way or the other. They just exist. I'll tell you what I don't like about trains. They physically are incapable of waiting for you when you're late for them. I had a really, really, really traumatic experience of running to catch a train. It was bad. And I can't remember if it was the train or the Greyhound that had the really horrible toilets. That, I mean, get on those motherfuckers early, because the only seats left will be the ones next to the toilets, which is hell on earth, because they just do not have the technology to keep the smell out or inside the toilet. One of those things had like the roll of toilet paper had no wherever it was meant to go, it was not there. It was just like half soaked in urine, like the only toilet paper in the fucking room, on top of course, you know, classic urine all over the fucking toilet itself, in like a very small compartment with very little room. And it was like, well, it's an emergency, so I guess I'll carefully tear off like the clean half of the fucking toilet paper like a lunatic. Carly says, I can't be bothered to care about cars. I simply cannot be bothered to care about cars. The movie or the thing. I don't care. I can't even be bothered to remember the breeds. God, okay, just the same picture of Pikachu over and over again. I'll have him look all determined. I'll have a very determined looking Pikachu. We'll have him all fired up. This is what, I don't know what Pikachu's ear language would be, necessarily. But I think when a rabbit is alert, their ears go together like this, if I recall. I think it's something like, yeah. Yeah. I have discovered that the secret to making things cute is having the nose and mouth really close to where the eyes are, like that. And having the eyes be far apart are apparently like the two like really important. I mean, just look at like Hello Kitty, or Moromi. Yeah. That is how you make a successful mascot. Eyes far apart, nose up close. And, just a big old round head. Pikachu, how does your arm do? Like this, yeah. Yeah. Pikachu says that is in fact how my arm do. Excellent work. Maybe we can say this is like them from below a little bit. We can do a little. I learned how to draw fire because I've drawn Guy Fieri a lot. So I did have to eventually teach myself how to draw fire in some way, shape, or form. Everybody in the ship. Yeah, I'll call that good for the next. I have not even finished the first page. Jesus Christmas. I did only intend to do one page, more or less, before I move on to something else. I think there's only so many times I can draw these guys. Although, on this page, I gotta draw a fucking spaceship now. One thing that has not changed since I was a kid is I never learned how to do that. I don't care about trains or cars or spaceships. And I know that that's probably the coolest of the options, but it is still a vehicle, and I can't be bothered. How did I mean for this to look? Is that maybe like a wing on the side? I think maybe it has a wing on the side. Hard to say. Do I copy exactly or do I wing it? Alright. Okay. God, that's phallic. I know spaceships are usually quite phallic, but it's really got a curve to the glands there. We'll make it a little boxier. Wow, I'm gonna get TOS'd. I don't know that there's anything I can do to make this any better. It's a rocket ship. Like, it's just gonna be what it is. Make that smaller. Okay, I know some things about rocket ships. I know vaguely some things about how they do what they do. I like this. I wonder where I picked up this like stylized. This looks like something that you would see in like a old Cartoon Network, like an I Am Weasel, IR Baboon, like cow and chicken ass show, you know, or like a Craig McCracken. I assume these two things were meant to be even on the ship. They also should be smaller, huh? It's just a fun little design. I'm into it. Look at this little French fry. Blah. It's cute. And, I'm so concerned the second that I draw that second line, there's some like fucking AI that's gonna be like, we're gonna need you to leave, ma'am. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I know, I understand. I'll pack up my pens. This is so cute. This is so cute and stupid. I am making it very two-dimensional, though. I suppose it needs to be like this is behind the ship. And then we have one here that is like... oh, deselect. Deselect. One that is like... here, I suppose. More or less. I don't want a tangent. That would be awful. God for fucking bid I ever put a tangent. If I added more sides, if I gave it more of a 3D effect, I'm sure I could make that look like something. But for the time being, I think it is what it is. Well, that's gotta be a wing, right? Like, why else would that be like that? Oh, it's got little windows. That's fun. So yes, I think this much, the wing that is touching the... Yeah, no, that's a good point. Gotta elongate the schlong. Make sure this wing can fit in there in some way. This is cute. This is a cute little spaceship. Flying through the stars. At the speed of sound. I've got places to go. I've got to follow my rainbow. God, that song rips. I'm not even a I feel like I constantly need to remind people that I'm not a Sonic fan because I love Sonic so much, ironically, and I do not want to disrespect people for whom it is their actual fandom, because I don't, like, I it's fine. Like, I just think there's a lot of elements of Sonic that are very, like, phoned in. Like, Sonic games always will speed up, like clockwork, will speed up their productions to make it in time for Christmas, and then put out a game that is just, like, so glitchy. I don't think they've done that a lot lately. I think maybe they were very embarrassed by Sonic Boom. But it's just such a funny thing. I don't know. I don't know what to say without, like, I don't think it's insult worthy. I just think there is an inherent corniness to it that makes me really happy. And I don't want to use that word in a disparaging way. This looks like fucking nothing. What am I looking at? What is this? What are you? Let's see. Can we fix this? I don't want to make it say USA on the side. I know I have to be, like, accurate, but I don't want to rep my country right now. Okay, this is better? Question mark. More better, I guess? Yeah? I don't know. I don't draw a lot of things that aren't people or Pikachu. And I know this is something that must be corrected. But the very cool thing about my flavor of ADHD is I don't lock in to projects as much as other people do, at least at like drawing. I really struggle to, like, lock in and fixate. And so if a project takes longer than my interest in the project, I will not finish it. So I have to do everything in my power to stay interested in the project. And which means making it go as, like, fast as possible. So, Carly says, "Updat, I may have smoked too much weed." Right? Unova instead on the side. Was that the name of the one that went to the moon? I should have followed that whole saga more closely. And is there such thing as too much weed, or is it not enough body mass to absorb weed? Not enough brain cells available to combat with the amount of weed. Not enough calmness to combat weed-based anxiety. I I had to stop smoking weed. It was making me like consistently anxious every time I did, even like a small amount, and I just couldn't do it anymore. Especially when because it hits you differently when you're doing it like every day. It hits harder when you don't do it super often, and so I don't know. I just don't really touch the stuff anymore. Prefer alcohol. Cause I'm a big kid now. I love there's not even like a fire trail coming out the back of the rocket. There's just like a full like seismic blast. Okay, I do believe I tried to put Pikachu in the front seat of this, so I do think I have to have some sort of captain's chair situation here with Pikachu. What did you do today? I drew Pikachu driving a spaceship while people watch. Awesome. Today is a good day. This is generally how these things work. Yeah. Pikachu is zooted as fuck. And then the tail, naturally. Oh, he's so happy. He's having such a fun time. Look at my little guy pie. Boo, 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 boo. Yeah. Yeah. There he is. There's my fella. Nope. Not quite. Yeah. I think it's cuter without it. What is my life? I have to assume Austin says, I want to point out Carly had like 2 small boofs of a joint, is now Baba Ganoush. Hey, I can have like a 1/4 of a puff and be fucking blitzed. Some people are built different. Austin is being so mean to me. He made fun of the bowl of cereal I poured myself. How do you make fun of a bowl of... Okay, I guess I have probably made fun of people doing the milk first method myself. I'm sure I have been guilty of exactly that. God, I have to put fucking... Well, I have to put windows somewhere. I assume the windows would be up here. Oh, and then I could put them in the windows. Oh. There's only 2 in the original, though, so we'll assume one of them is on the other side, looking out the other side. So I'll draw a little, I'll draw a little Jigglypuff in here. Aww. Aww. Horrible. The thing I've found is there's no good place to put a Jigglypuff's eyes. There just simply is not enough room for those things. Ditto's on the other side because I'm a big girl and I can draw a fucking star monster. Yes. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's in the original. It must be done. That's just so funny. Why was that my, like, go-to? Was that, like, a gag, or did I just think that that was, like, a thing? I'll never know. The only, like, past records of past twink that I have only go back as far as, 5th grade. I need to go. I still haven't gone through. I have an old diary from back then, and it's, like, so rough because it'll just be like, I went to the store today. These were the shows that were on Adult Swim tonight. Here's a Family Guy quote. It's like, oh, come on, bud. Can you not give me, like, any details about your life and your thoughts? No, just, they played Futurama tonight, the episode I like. Like, come on, bud. Okay, let's do a little, like, stylized pew pew. Yeah. Spaceship! We love it. We love to see it. What's the next part? Them landing the spaceship. I have an idea. Stick with me. Duplicate. Hide this one. And beautiful. Apparently there was a dot down there. That's so good. I love that it's like not even hanging on by like the base of the spaceship. It's hanging on by its weird little leg. Oh, it does have, okay, you can see in the second drawing that it does have a little wing. Okay. Yay. Correct interpretation. You know what else I can do? Because I am an industrious lad. Where is it? Come on. Show it. There. Yep. Okay. Do a little. Copy, paste. Copy. Paste. And paste. No, it's not a hidden layer. This layer. Paste. Yes, good. How would it? No, you must go on a separate layer, sir. So that I might wiggle things around. Yes. This is what we wanted. This is exactly what I was going for. I love a good fucking cartoony gag like this of just book. It's on the moon now. You'd think we would have found this ourselves at some point, but it's well hidden. Only Pokemon can find it. Okay. This. I'm very delighted by this. It's so stupid. It's so stupid and good. I shrunk it so much, it's like I should draw over it. Oh, almost finished with the page. What should I do after this? If anybody has suggestions for things they would like to see me draw, you can start thinking those up and or posting them in the chat now. I'll get a little collection going. And mayhaps I could do the 6 challenges. I love the 6 challenges so dearly. I could do it 1,000 times and never get bored. But perhaps that's just me. Either way, I want to do it. I want to see what comes out of the stupid pen. Something silly, I'm sure. And then I didn't necessarily have anything lined up for today, except for the whiteboard just says Yuri with several question marks. So I don't know. I kind of thought maybe I would just pull up like a pose reference. Just be like, hey, what Yuri pairing do we want to put here? They're doing, finally, a Bubblegum and Marceline show. And I'm so fucking jaded that my immediate thought was, let me guess, the plot is going to be driven by a male character. Because, oh my god, I love Fiona and Cake. I really do love Fiona and Cake. It is endlessly infuriating to me that Huntress Wizard had her own plot. If we can say you know, if like a male character's mom dying is still a male driven plot, then we can say that like Finn being sick is still a Huntress Wizard's, you know, plot. Then like, yeah, okay. Both of Fiona's plot lines are kicked off and run by men. she's you know, she's helping Simon, she's helping the Marshall, and why can I not remember the Prince Bubblegum guy's name? Gary. So like, all right, cool. Good job, guys. Let's merge these layers so I don't have to think about them any further than I already am. We'll just move this over here. Boop. And the final frame. Another one where Pikachu is just sort of standing there. Let's see. I guess I could have him like looking away and sort of scratching his head. That's something. Pikachu, how do you get your arms up there? They're so short. They make no sense. This little sack. This little sack of a critter. Surely this is correct. Something like, yeah, we'll give him a little offset ears. He's questioning. He's trying to hear everything around. Assess the situation. Do a little. Yeah! Oh, I like it. Torso ain't quite right. Love a Pikachu. Did you know Pikachu is the same voice actor in, I think, every language? Because, you know, Pikachu's name doesn't change anywhere. I don't think. I know at the very least it's the same in English and Japanese. There are these moments, and I remember thinking they were always like so weird. I don't know how much they like cleaned up the audio tracks for the English dubbers, because it seemed like they had some points where like they lost the audio and struggled, because there's like 2 or 3 moments where they lost or couldn't use for whatever reason the original Pikachu audio. So there's like these 2 or 3 moments where Pikachu sounds like this, like a weird little like Stitch voice. I remember being very bothered by that as a child. Like, Pikachu, you good? Do you have like a cold? Like, are you okay? Why do I know so much trivia? It's simply too much. And it's not like it's ever gonna come up in a trivia championship. The only time I've ever won anything in a trivia contest was because I remembered all of the robots from Mystery Science Theater. And for bonus points, in order, yeah, but I know I have the theme song memorized. You don't. My bestie had these VHS recordings of all of these episodes, and they're so cool because they had like all of the original, like, I guess late 90s, early 2000s commercials in them. And so they had like the original Sister Psychic ads, which if you're not familiar, I fucking love Sister Psychic. She is the con artist of all time, which every psychic is a con artist. You simply, I don't want to fight anybody on that. It's just that is the name of the game. She had a helpline, like a call-in helpline, where she would do a Jamaican accent and answer callers would do like tarot for them, and I haven't seen like episodes. I've only seen the commercials. Maybe I found some, because I was trying to find like a specific commercial, and I might have seen some clips. Like, most of them are women asking who the father of their child is, and like every time she's like, you know which one it is. Like every time her thing is like, you know which one it is. And I remember in one of them, she's just like, you know how your baby's got a weird chin, like he's got a weird chin? Yeah, that's the one. I think about, you know, how he's got a weird chin kind of a lot. But we would always quote, there's like a guy in one of the commercials who got just like way too into it. She was a little like, whoa. And she said some shit to him and he goes, oh, talk about it. And she's like, oh, don't make me take you to church, young man. And we thought it was the funniest shit. Those commercials are cute and fun and very of their time. And also, despite her doing a Jamaican accent all the time for a living, it was like, wasn't the best accent. But damn if she didn't fucking make an enormous impact. Sister Psychic was legendary, and there is a Smash Mouth song about her. Why did it stop drawing it? You know what? I think something is selected. Yep, something is selected. Stop selecting a new thing when I try and deselect. Awful. Okay, now to draw the moon mind. Yes, something to this effect. This is... I guess I must have thought of it as like a geode or something. Or I mean, I probably was basing it off of Pokemon itself. Like, there must have been something in the show that looked something like this. To this day... Here's a little fucking peek behind the curtain. To this day, when I imagine the ESAP party traveling from place to place, my internal imagery is Ash and Misty and Brock traveling through the woods to get from town to town. That is my point of... Thank you, Lolly! I keep saying I need to learn how to do these things, these Twitch things, and then I forget until the next stream. That is extremely helpful. Anyway, a little peek into my writing is that if you want to picture the scenes where they're traveling on the road, just literally picture an episode of like, I don't know if it was the same through all seasons of Pokemon, but certainly that first one. The Moon Mind should be up further. Let me select the lasso tool. Oh, that's so brutal. Don't make me delete the whole thing. I'll cry. Sorry, I'm like holding it down. There it is. Lasso tool. Thank you. Ah. Ha 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 ha. It's right behind you, Pikachu. Look. Pikachu. It's Pikachu. There, I don't know if this was a meme for everybody, but in middle school, there is the song from the episode where Ash, like, gives Pikachu away to like a tribe of wild Pikachus or whatever. And they do like a song about like, oh, remembering Pikachu. And I cried when I watched it as a kid, and I got really embarrassed because like, I know Pikachu isn't really leaving the show. Felt so fucking stupid about it. Prior to the song starting, there is an elongated segment of Ash just kind of huffing and puffing in pain and effort from whatever was happening to him during the episode. And man, when you hear it without the visuals, does it sound like something else? And that was like we all had that shit on our iPads because it was the funniest shit in high school, middle school. Similarly, it's not nearly as bad as the fucking I accidentally clicked a Hilton ad. Okay. As that part in the SpongeBob movie, Now That We're Men, where they do the ham boning segment, and it's just them like grunting while there's little like slappy sounds happening. And them just interjecting with like, oh yeah, just like that. Yeah, go Patrick. Yeah, go SpongeBob. Okay. They must have known what they were doing. Oh, I love shit like that. That sort of looks like an environment, more or less. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. We'll do like ridges on the walls or something. Some more stones, I guess. Yeah, that's basically it. And then we'll put a little ditto inside. I mean, it certainly looks more like a fucking cave than the original, so I'll take the win. It is a vagina cave. It's always been a vagina cave. The whole time, I say with a gun to your head. Oh shit, I haven't read chat in a while. There's I literally have to scroll up. Sorry. Oh, Austin says, I did not make fun of the bowl. I commented on the large amount of dry cereal she dumped into that thing. Causes like a bitch can't be hungry, goddamn. And when I was 7, I was obsessed with Cyber Chase on PBS. I wasn't a PBS person, but I respect the hell out of it. Especially like Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street and shit. And every morning when the teacher told us to write journal entries to practice our writing, instead of writing about my actual life, I wrote about what happened in the last episode of Cyber Chase I watched. Carly, you get me. You get it. Exactly. She didn't look at what I'd written for a good 4 months, and then when she finally did, she pulled me aside and was like, please write about your actual life. She would fucking read over my shoulder during the writing exercise just to make sure I wasn't talking about fucking Cyber Chase again. Fucking Cyber Chase police over here. The moral of the story is I'm of the same type of person as you, Twink, that every part of my life is defined by some media. Yeah, you're also the only person that I'm following that when I did that Tumblr rewind to like show you your dashboard from 2016, you were like the only person on my dashboard. Since like 2013, 2012, I think I've had it. And then sifloop Yuri. Please, might I have a sifloop Yuri? Yeah, I can do a sifloop Yuri. Once I put a little ditto in this cave. And I'll have him making like a little sassy face. Like, dude, it's right here. Are you stupid for a living? Ditto always has to have their arms up. Little baby arms. Oh, it's just a little flour sack that your teacher says you have to take care of to show that you're capable of taking care of a human baby. Oh, boo, 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 boo. So sack-coded. These two are both so sack-coded. Or maybe I'm just sack-pilled. Pilled and coded are two of my favorite fucking terms to use for anything. Yay! Yay! So at a later date, I will put all of the pieces together and do some semblance of a recreation. I'll put them all. I have like a program on my iPad that I can lay out comic pages on. That'll be fun. Oh, goodness gracious. Do a stretchy. Do a little stretchy. Eh. Alright, let me look up a good Yuri pose reference. I could put it up on the screen, but that will just show the differences between the two drawings, and I don't need that in my life. No one needs that. That's for me and me alone. Pose reference. Yuri pose reference. Let's see. I prefer when they actually draw it out with blank models. That is the best. I struggle with 3D to 2D. Give me a... You do the 3D to 2D and I'll do the rest. Oh no, this one's cute. Okay, yes. I like it a lot. Let's move the comic. Boop. And the comic and the line. Sifloop Yuri. Oh my god. So much sweat. It is... Is it hot out? Or did I just wait too long to turn the air conditioner on? It's like 70 degrees out. It's been 90, not to talk about the weather, but... Christ. Alright. Well, this weather. It's fine, we're surviving. Perhaps even thriving. Yes, no, here's the trouble of doing the way that I do these characters, is that they simply do not have human proportions, and so in order to get anything done with a reference, changes must be made, occasionally on the fly. Let's just get that whole shoulder. Oh no, this is taking too much of my concentration. Should I talk about Amazing Digital Circus? I kind of don't want to. I don't have like a new take on it. Maybe, I mean, everyone is talking about like the writing and the characters and shit. There's so much that is so good and so well done about it that I get really sort of like thrown by the fact that like the cinematography is really rough. Like really rough. Like there's a bad habit of holding shots for like way too long, and like really just like I don't know, just the way the shots are chosen and the angle of the shots, like it's everything else about the show is so fucking phenomenal that it just really throws me for a loop. Like they broke the 180 rule. They broke the fucking 180 rule in the I don't know. Are we at a point where we can give spoilers? There's like a scene with Jax at a table talking to Pomni, and they did the 180. They flipped it, and it was like suddenly they were suddenly both like, it was like, Jax turned into Pomni and Pomni turned into Jax, and it was so fucking jarring because you're not supposed to do. There's a reason you're not supposed to do that. Because it's fucking jarring, and you have to reorient yourself of like, oh god, which character is here? So, I don't know. I'm less bothered when there's multiple things that are subpar or amateurish about a project, but if there's just the one thing, I find that so much more infuriating because it sticks out like a sore thumb as I draw a thumb. That's not to say that that's where all of my focus is for the, I mean, just that like that's probably the only thing I haven't seen people talk about. And I mean, I'm not out here trying to shit talk things on the internet. I just think it's a weakness of the series is all. There's plenty of shots that are good and well done. But sometimes we can hold on a hug for like 3 straight minutes, and it's like, I'm sorry, are we trying to like make a certain time? Because I mean, this isn't like Hollywood. There is a thing in Hollywood, and I don't know for what benefit, whether it's like taxes or money or syndication or something. There is like a certain time limit that you have to hit for some kind of benefit. And I know this. Is anybody familiar with Till Death Do Us Blart? Because I watch most McElroy products pretty religiously. I know a lot of people dropped off and say, oh, they're not funny anymore. I beg to differ. I think they get better at their craft as time goes on, because that's generally how artists work, unless an artist gets overpaid and jaded, or their wife leaves them and we find out that the wife was like the driving force behind their shit. Like, as long as you care and love about the thing you do, you will just sort of get better over time. Like, that's how that works. So I do think the McElroys are still good, and in a lot of ways better. Till Death Do Us Blart is a podcast they do with two of the guys. I believe they're two of the guys that are in Big Top Burger. These two New Zealand guys that do a podcast called Worst Idea of All Time, where they watch the same movie every single day for a year, and they did like, but I think it's like exclusively sequels. Like, they did Sex and the City 2, and they something in the Adam Sandler verse, I forget. This back is awkward. How do I? It's a little, I guess. That's the waist. Yeah. Huh. That's a little weird. So the five of them do a yearly Thanksgiving podcast where they watch Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 every single year, and they're running on, like, I think they're in their like 12th year of it or something. So if you want to binge, there's a backlog. But I still have never seen that movie. I don't know if I ever intend to. They did do a year where they did a commentary track, and then someone did post the movie with the commentary track already synced to it, which I do think I have saved somewhere, but I still have not. There's something magical about not knowing, and also from everything I've learned from this movie, it is so deeply sexist that I don't think I could make it through. I just don't think I could do it. It's such an example of, like, when they're like, I don't know if this is relatable, when you're watching something that is so deeply like a woman would never do that in a million years, and it immediately makes it so obvious that, you know, even if there were women in the writer's room, they do not have the power on this set to interject or say anything about this. It just really speaks to, like, the atmosphere of whatever they're doing. Like, I can't remember what I was watching something, and there was a scene where, like, there was like a very drunk woman, and they put her in an Uber and send her home without, like, male driver, blackout drunk woman, and they send her home in a fucking Uber. And I was like, oh, this was written by a man. Like, I'm sorry, there's no fucking way a woman wrote that. And I don't know, that show seemed like it probably had more female oversight, that maybe it just slipped through the cracks, but Jesus Christ. Specifically Paul Blart with the crew of the Adam Sandler people, written or directed by the guy who voiced Salem the Cat. Weird fucking trivia. I know too much about this movie because I've listened to all fucking 11 episodes of this show podcast. There's one thing in particular that is so, like, no women consulted on this is one of the women in the movie has something called oatmeal concealer, and it's so clearly like the guys know that oatmeal is used in facial products, and they know that concealer exists, so they decided this is oatmeal concealer, and it's like in like a big bottle too. And it's the most, I refuse to fucking double check with a woman if this is a real thing, this thing that I just made up. It's so ridiculous. But then there's this scene, and I I would love to reference this scene more as like a microcosm of dudes sticking up for dudes. There's this character who is Paul Blart's rival, like his full enemy that he fucking hates. It's a whole thing. This rival guy is at the bar of this fucking Vegas hotel or wherever it takes place, chatting up a woman who is played by Adam Sandler's wife, and he's just being like horrible to her, and she's like, I don't want anything to fucking. He's just being like a horrible, like awful misogynist. Paul Blart comes in, sees this man that he hates being horrible to a woman, goes to the woman and says, hey, just give him a chance, okay? He probably, literally his argument is he's just saying this because he likes you. And she, of course, acquiesces, and it's like, it's the most, like, it could be your worst fucking enemy and you will still fucking stand up for him being a shithead to a woman. I'm flabbergasted. Anyway, why was I talking about Paul Blart Mall Cop 2? I had a reason, and then I got sidetracked. Oh, yes. God, I hate the thing that people quote of, like, what's his name? What's his fucking name? I just have to remember the South Park bit. Rob Schneider is a carrot, rated PG-13. Rob Schneider has this, how do I make this into a less human-looking thing? How do I make this? How do I make this the thing that I'm trying to make this? Rob Schneider has this quote that's like, say what you will about... So Adam Sandler just would put out these just fucking movie after just shovelware ass movies, right? Yes, I'm counting Hotel Transylvania. The fucking animation is incredible, but the writing is more fucking shovelware schlock. I'm so mad about it. Fucking people put so much effort into that, and you put zero in. But Rob Schneider has a quote of like, say what you will about Adam Sandler movies, but dude made it so I could have a pool in my backyard. And everyone's like, yeah, totally. I'm like, fuck you. If you can't fucking make a good movie, you don't deserve a pool in your backyard. Like, fuck you. You're just abusing your fucking, like, I was on SNL or whatever the fuck. Like, fuck you. Literally just let anybody else do this and stop. You have enough. Just like let it go. It's not the fact that we're past making a living and on to putting a pool in my backyard. When they're just like sexist and shitty, and I hate them. There was a different reason I brought them up. There was a different reason for it. Or was I just bitching about Adam Sandler general? Right, the movie runtime. There is a thing, and so because it's a yearly podcast, I need to stop talking about this specific subject, because actually I'm getting too fucking deep in the weeds. This is nothing. This is a nothing topic. I'm just rehashing a show that nobody listens to for me. What I need to be doing is making Yuri, and I mean, is it Yuri just on the grounds that I draw them very effeminate, or is it Yuri that I need to make them, like, have tits or something? God, this head needs to be so much less human-sized and shaped. Immediately. Become less human immediately, right now. Okay, we'll do a face direction out approach. It does just need to be sort of tucked in there. That's basically it. Yeah, that's something. That's certainly something. I feel like I drew this way more masked than the actual like model is. It's fine. I don't mind it. I'm just wondering how we got there. I have a butch. I'm thinking I tend to prefer putting Sifrin into the more dominant position. I don't know, gang, who's who? Also, what are they wearing? Let's see. I could go to my folder of outfits that I possess. The folder just called Draw Clothes, because it's clothing I want to draw on characters. Looping back? I was thinking looping back. What's a cute thing to put them in? Nobody can see what I'm scrolling through. I also tend to go more masculine with Sifrin because it gives me more clothing options. And he has a he in there. I also did the whole, like, gender story with them, and it's all still here. And I tend to adhere to that. I didn't touch on it, but my thing with that Sifrin was feeling more comfortable, because I kind of did the whole, like, you haven't worn a dress in ages, like the line that Sifrin says in the game, that you haven't worn a dress in ages. My take on that for it's all still here Sifrin was to say, like, you haven't worn a dress since your boobs came in because it's too dysphoric, and that I think they would come back to dresses once it felt not so yucky. Because I know that that is the case for a lot of people that, like, post-top surgery and a little bit into testosterone, that they're more like, oh, I can dress girly again, especially like beards. Like, now that I have a beard, I can wear whatever the fuck I want and not get misgendered. Like, yeah, man. I get it. What if I just went full? I have, like, all these little Hatsune Mikus in here. No visuals on the screen, only me sitting and going through my phone. I like giving Loop a good angel dust outfit. I could do that cute little sweater from season 2. No, I have a bunch of specifically Velvets in here because she has all the best outfits all the time. I kind of like this one. No, now I'm being indecisive. This is bad for me. Because then it will just be dead air. Oh, I love the sweater over the fucking sports bra. The cropped sweater where you still get a boob window. That's the shit. Oh my god, make a decision. How about... Love a turtleneck. Do like a nice sleeveless turtleneck. And then... yeah. How about those little, like... I've never had to do this observed before. I ideate outfits in my head a lot. Today it is just not doing it. Surely. We can go a little out of character for Sifrin. We can do a little, like... yeah. We can do a little off-the-shoulder action. Why the F not? It's Yuri Day. We'll just... and how do you do it at this angle? I may have screwed myself here. We'll do a little off-the-shoulder. A little off-the-shoulder over One Piece. Not the One Piece, which, as we all know, was the friends we made along the way. And just some simple pants. Just some regular pants. Some normal pants. Just Innocent pants. Yeah, basically. Basically that. And then I love a vertical stripe. Because I'm a fucking circus girly. I love a vertical stripe. Yes. Yes. Wunderbar. Do a little. Yeah. It's a little more modern. I didn't really choose which versions of them I was going for. I kind of figured I'd do just like boilerplate. Use your imagination. All right, now I have to give Loop something. Loop, what do you want to wear today? Do you want to wear a big ornate dress? I want to wear a big ornate dress. Every day of the goddamn week. But also, I'll see these big ornate dresses that like cover the arms and whatnot, and then I'm like, but then it's not Loop if you can't see all the starry stuff underneath. Meh. I think maybe the sweater. The sweater was a cute idea. Just like a nice little. I feel like if I draw them in over the top stuff all the time, it's going to lose its oomph. Now I have to find it again. There it is. But of course it will be a boob window sweater. Because this is a must. It is extremely necessary. Maybe we'll do like a cowl neck type of deal. That's a little awkward with the angle we've got going. Yeah, basically. That's basically it. Yeah. That's what a sweater do. This is looking a little more modern. And then, of course, let's do a box pleat. Just seems fitting. Yeah, that's about it. Sure. Why not? Ooh, I know it defeats the purpose of not biting your nails. But I love a fingerless glove, especially with a keyhole. Yes. Fabulous. Awesome. Oh, I love it. Okay, I can hang with this. Do a little etching here. That's not really how that goes, but this is fine. We can work with this. Now, surprise Loop self says Yuri. Well, now Lolly says Loop in front. No, it hath been decided. And now they must make faces. Let's see. Let's see. I mean, just like a nice little Siffrin smile. Do the eyes need to be bigger? The eyes might need to be bigger. Did make them a little wide. Why do I, Siffrin specifically, I always make them too wide. I swear, I swan to John. And then a little bloop. We're going patchless. Because I simply do not draw them patchless enough. Let's get a little cat mouth smile. Let's get a little cat mouth smile. And a little open mouth like, hey! I've been surprised. Wowie zowie. On Yuri Day? What did you get me for Yuri Day? It's just Valentine's Day again, but only for lesbians. Little surprised eyebrows. Blep, blep. Oh my goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. I really did not. I am guilty of being just like so exclusively yaoi for so long. Even when I was like started this fandom, I was like, why does everyone keep giving Sifra vagina? Just let him have anal sex with Iza. And I don't know. I don't know when the worm turned on that. I love Sifrin in any configuration. This is the truth. All Sifrins are good Sifrins. Even ones like the director, because she is literally cute, Your Honor. And now for the big hair. Get in there, you toothpaste ass swoop. Yeah. Always make the swoop a little thicker than loops. This is one of the key differences because, oh boy, you have to have some key differences or they are no longer separate characters. Let's make it like an action shot. Ah, you just ran into me. That's cute. The eye is too far over. I love digital art. I love it so much. Will you let me, can I rotate? I don't think I can rotate. That's fine. Because I will never get this shit right the first time. Stop it. Meow. There you go. That's more or less. That's better. And then, God, Sifrin's hair and like getting it to not be directly in their face in all the ways that I need it not to be. Like, my darling, please get a haircut. I'm fucking begging you. This is simply not sustainable. Wouldn't that have, like, I know I'm not built like other people in this respect, but if I had that haircut in a time loop, I would take a knife to it every single fucking time. I don't care if it's alarming for Mira. I simply don't. It needs to go away immediately. First things first, chop. I bet the cloak is really comfy, though. It looks comfy. Except, like, I know it's got temperature control, but also, if you've never worn, like, a poncho in the cold, like, it doesn't keep the cold out. The cold gets into the sides. You need to have something tighter to your body, or it just doesn't work. The mouth is also over too far, I think, sort of. Oh, the proportions are whack. They're not even out of whack, they're just whack. This is a human-sized head. It's not correct. That's not what we need. Oh, Jesus almighty. Okay, maybe we can save it. Maybe we can save it. Long part. Short part. And the cute little playful brows. I love these character designs. They make it very easy. Hence why I don't have my own style, because I can just, if it's well designed, if the style is good, why change it? I guess like I did do the Sifrid redraw and it did come out looking different. Arple. Ooh, this art piece is so cute. Thank you. Oh my god. I was kind of getting in my own head about it. I do that a lot, though. That's not new for me. Let's have a little, You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward? Just a will. Ooh. No, too high up. Far too high up. This is not. This is not acceptable. Better. Better. I futz around with things a lot. Let's just do... Well, now we have to decide. All of my cifrins are fucking the same, and then it's the loops. It's the loops who have different hairstyles and whatnot. What about... We know there's gotta be this. That's pretty standard. And then this. Too big? Too high off the head? Something about this ain't reading. I think maybe just something of this varietal works pretty well. And I'll go back to the it's all still here with this side with the side part. Just the single swoop and not a whole dealio. I love designing hair for loops. It's just that perfect amount of wave that is like so fun to shape. Feels good. Feels good with the pen. And oh, also the bangs are all a little bit, well, we'll just do a curved bang. Boilerplate sifloop. The proportions feel off here. I think this needs to be taken down a peg. Get off your high horse. Hair. Come on, man. Stop. Yeah, like that. That's more like it. And fucking deselect, I beg of you. Yeah, that's got it. That's basically it. That there is a sifloop to me. Erasing some guidelines. Clean it up a little bit. I could make this into something. Into a little happy Yuri Day piece. Right, yep. I remember having a whole, like, that was Friendjar. I had that discussion. It must have been Friendjar. I have 99% of my Discord interactions in Friendjar of trying to discuss, like, what Cifrin's scar would look like and trying to, like, deduce and filter through head canons of like, well, then what was the attack like? Was it a craft attack? Was it a physical attack? And I decided, let's just go with the claws. Let's go with a 3-claw look. I like it. So that's been my go-to. But I like all Cifrin scars. All Cifrins are a good Cifrin to me. I can't just sit here and erase all the guidelines. I will be here all day. I think next will be a 6 challenges character. Where are we at for time? We got about 40 minutes. That might be a 40-minute thing. I think, mayhaps. This is cute. This came out cute. Cifrin is really precious here, and loop is fine, but also it's a weird angle, so I shouldn't beat myself up too much. Oh, I never did the fucking something like that. I don't know. I put away my I put away the reference image. Well, now I made loop kind of too big. Whatever, I can fix it in post. This is cute and wonderful. Happy Yuri Day. Stretch. Yeah, the proportions, God, the Sifrin's so cute. The proportions on the loop must be fixed, but I simply do not have the patience any longer. Bunny. Carly says, mine is also 3 claws. Wise choice. It's got a look to it. And also, I could see a sadness doing that. Let's see. Where is the window I'm looking for? All right. I'm going to roll a random character from my list here. 21. Nope, 21 is Flowey, and I know how to draw Flowey by heart. 16 is... Now, 16 is Shrek, and here's the thing. I don't know how funny that will be, because it will just be me drawing a human man. I don't know that he has iconic enough of a face for me to fuck up in any way that is significant. Shrek is great. 113. Shrek is great, ironically and unironically. Bender from Futurama, I know how to draw him by heart, too. It has to be a character that I haven't, like, studied how to draw them. Okay, alright, okay. 06. No, I'm not gonna draw GLaDOS. I just don't think that's in the spirit of the thing. I'm being picky now. I'm being very picky because I think some of these would be funnier than others. Okay, yep. I'm going with Yu-Gi-Oh! This is likely the greatest mistake of my career, but do I... Lolly says, what else is loop too big? I like the head compared to the length. There's like a length issue in the torso happening that is not working compared to the head, and the head is also like a little bit bigger than Sifrin's. It's minor adjustments that I think will bring it together. Lolly says, draw me giving you a big old kiss. No. Do it yourself. I'm drawing Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! That's one I have not tried to rewatch. So that was I was very much of the, like, WB Kids generation, and that, like, I would wake up specifically to, like, see what was happening on Yu-Gi-Oh! And I love Joey Wheeler because I always love a character with the unnecessary Brooklyn accent. That was like the thing to do in anime at the time, is there had to be at least one character with a fucking Brooklyn accent. Brilliant. Fucking Molly from Sailor Moon, fucking Meow, fucking there's more. And they're all the best. Do I remember what his hair do? I'm pretty sure this is a thing. And I'm pretty sure this is what that part does. I think it is the frontmost part that does this. And then, oh God, I'm gonna have to draw this in under, it's under a minute, but I've been doing it in under 30 seconds because the designs I've chosen are simple. I think I'll go with a minute for this one. It said Yu-Gi-Oh! And not Yugi, which means it's the man from Egypt, the Egypt man with the very severe eyes. This is already incorrect. I can feel it. They have to be bigger, right? That's what it is. I think the eyes in Yu-Gi-Oh! Are like way bigger than you think they are. And this is just a line eyebrow anime, right? Yep. And of course the dot nose. And then, grrr, I'm gonna beat you at cards. And there's probably something to the pupils that I can't remember, but they're just gonna get this treatment for now. I know his face is narrower, and I know it's very pointy. That was the thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Very pointy. I always really loved I still think this is such a fun gimmick. The one lady character, fuck, what part of his hair is black and what part is gold? Fuck. Hmm. There's a lady character who had a gimmick of she was like, I'm psychic. I can always tell what card is next in the deck, which wouldn't necessarily give you his hair go like Pikachu. Am I allowed to have hints? I don't know if that's in the spirit of it. This feels correct to me. It probably isn't, but it feels correct. I don't know that knowing what card is next in the deck is the biggest advantage. It seemed to be mostly like a mindfuck technique because she did always know what was going to be next, and they found out it was because she sprayed a different perfume on each card, and so she could always just smell whichever, she like memorized all the scents and could smell whichever one was at the top. And it's like there's so many reasons that's wrong. There's so many reasons that isn't how any of that works. But it is very fun. And that's what's important, and I loved her for it. This feels correct. This feels vaguely correct to me. But I know there's like another piece. There's like a black part and a blonde part. But given that it's from memory and I can't remember it, I think this is maybe the best I'm gonna do. I think this is my Yugi. I'll clean him up. I'll clean him up a little bit. It's gonna be a lot of erasing of the ears with these bangs around. Yu-Gi-Oh! I used to think that the lyric was Yu-Gi-Oh is a game, and I thought it was so fucking funny. I did learn recently that they say Yu-Gi-Oh is king of games, and I'm pretty heartbroken that the lyric is not Yu-Gi-Oh is a game. Like, yeah, man, I know. I bought the cards. I'm there with you. You don't have to. I'm already here, man. You don't have to reel me in. I've arrived. It's fucking 8 in the morning on a weekend. You don't have to sell me any further. And then big old, one of those shows with the big old ears. Yeah. That's Yugi. That's Yugi. Is his last name Miyamoto? Am I remembering that correctly? Surely not. Surely I do not have a memory so powerful. I know Joey Wheeler. I could never forget Joey Wheeler. There's like a free-range Joey Wheeler cosplay in the Pacific Northwest, and I love him because he's not part of a group. He just fucking loves Joey Wheeler, and like, same. He does it for his sister. His sister, Yug. All right, I have to stop futzing with this and actually do the challenge. And remember what the challenge is. Fuck, I'll pull it up on my goddamn phone. Fuck. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared. I was prepared. I had the pictures of the comic prepared. Scrolling past 10,000 pictures of Jax because everyone is pretty. And I get excited and I have to save it to my phone. Okay. Oh, non-dominant hand right out the gate. Fuck. Okay. Okay, here we go, Yug. I hate holding the pen in my left hand. I hate Yugi Muto. Oh, it's pretty close. Or Muto. I mean, however they said it on the show, goodness knows if that was the correct pronunciation. Fuck, this is awful. Wait, I can't see him when he's on that side of the page. I'm really gonna have to follow the guide pretty closely for this one. This was a grand mistake. In this grand experiment we call life. Okay. I'm in danger. Oh, sweet fucking Jesus. Sweet fucking blue eyes white dragon Jesus. Does Yu-Gi-Oh have religion? I never watched the later seasons. I have to imagine it went on for a while. There was like quite a bit of world building. Is it one of those shows where they have like an allegory for religion somewhere in there? Like one of the, like, what is it? Arceus or whatever is like their god in Pokemon. There's some sort of like stand-in that is like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Surely the like Egypt shit is part of it. Oh my god, how many fucking zigzags did I put in this thing? Ow, my thumb is cramping. That's okay. Well, that's what it is now. It's because that's the thumb I use to dodge bullets in Undertale. God, the fucking bosses of these chapters are no joke. I got through it by the skin of my teeth. Because I'm bad at video games, but I do pretty decently at the Toby Fox stuff. Come on, buddy. Come on. I see you peeking through. Yeah. Very angry. Oh yeah, they also have the brow furrow lines. I forgot about that. Let's get that winged eyeliner. Yes, good. Angry. Oh, are we gonna get those eyes going in the same direction? Yeah. Oh, she's pretty. Shit, I need to move her further down the page. Note to self. Start at the bottom and now we're here. And it's a little bit like a pot leaf and what were they called in Land Before Time? Were they just called like star leaves? They were star something. Tree stars, yeah. Combination of a pot leaf and a tree star. Okay. God. I can't with the fucking hair, the like wonky hair on the side. This one is the first one is determined. This one is furious. This one has fucking had enough of my bullshit. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay. Let's move this up here so it can just be so angry from above. God. Okay. Oh, the lines are so thin. The lines are so thin. It's hard to use pressure with my left hand. It's tired. It's tired from dodging bullets. Okay, eyes closed. Okay, I feel like eyes closed should be further on in the process because that one is always so fucking funny. All right. It's also really hard to remember. All right, eyes closed. Here we go. Nobody say anything mean about me. Oh no. Oh, I don't remember how many zags I gave this. Oh, I can already feel it falling apart. Angry, button nose, severe. Okay, nope. Oh no! No! He looks so startled. He's startled because his face came unglued. Whoa, oh, okay, alright. He just like lost balance for a second. He just experienced profound sense of deja vu. Oh, I love him. Why are these eyes kind of better than the other ones? Oh my god. That's beautiful. That's just beautiful. And into the peanut gallery with ye. Go play with your friend. Your friend that is just so mad. While I was gone, Arrow said, Twink is the bestest and her art is the cutest. Don't... I can't. I don't... We're 2 hours and 37 minutes into the stream. I can't even wrap my head around that right now. The new rule, don't say anything about me when I'm not looking. I'll fall apart. 1 minute, okay. I'll shoot for 30 seconds, but I'm scared, so I'll give myself the grace of maybe it is a full minute. And go. Nope, I had the select tool. Reset the clock. Okay. And go. Yeah. Angry eye, halfway through, so mad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am only at 23 seconds. Yeah, no, I'll stop the clock. Wow, this one is about to fucking murder me. Holy shit, calm down. This is like... This isn't even like Super Saiyan. Like, this is like I'm about to be fucking charged in the street. Oh my god, relax. They do kind of get madder and madder, save for the one that is just falling apart at the seams. Okay, next. Mouse only, which means trackpad only. Which is funnier, but does make me angrier. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Okay. Well, I'm running out of room for the hair now. I'm not the owner of this layer. Well, give me a new one then. That's such a big... Why is that brush so big? I'm drawing on my iPad and then streaming from my laptop, so everything's a little bit different. Let's go for 15 point, yeah? That's still kind of big. 10? Yeah, that works. We'll move him a little further down so we have room for that hair. For that massive... fucking... What's another name for... Nope. That's not where that goes. I was very busy trying to think of a fun way to say hair. Mane, that's what I was going for. That massive mane. Oh, look at me, bud. Where are you looking? What's over there? What do you see with your elven eyes? Something that pisses you off? That sounds like you. That sounds like your MO. Being very pissed off, at least according to my memory of you. Such beautiful curls. Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh. It's time to couldn't get that one to work. That's fine. The hair is very good. And we'll move it down a little bit, see how much hair we can get in there. This, wait, I'm on a different layer. What am I doing? I can make it as big as I want. Hair. Big. Big. Hair. Hair. Big. Same size is big. I gave a little bit of a flip. Aww. He looks more perturbed and also distracted. Deeply, deeply distracted. Over here, buddy. Over here. Psst, 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 psst. Yugi. Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh. Psst, psst, psst. What layer am I on? It's lost to time. Oh, here it is. A little duplicato. And... yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, get in there. Smaller than everyone else for no particular reason. There. Aw, this is a friend group. Okay. Deselect. Back to OBS so I can see the chat. Okay. And now, from reference, I'm scared. Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh. I was never a card game kid. I tried pretty hard to get into Pokemon cards, because of course I did, but it never stuck. My friend had a Wigglytuff card that was... he must have read it wrong, because it was one of those things where it was like, oh, this wins every single round no matter what, and I'm sitting there like, there's no way that a Wigglytuff is a card that can beat every other card in the game, but I don't know enough about this game to refute it. And I just have a regular picture of Yugi. I don't want him in an action pose. His hair is so much different than I did it. His hair is, everything about him is so much different than the way that I chose to do it. This is terrible news. This is a great tragedy. Alright. Wow, their heads are so... Joey Wheeler's hair is fucking enormous, dude. This dude... I'm looking at a picture. This dude's head is like... whoa, my man. He loves his sister. We love Joey Wheeler. King. What? My dude, what? I didn't remember their faces was pointy, but I didn't remember how pointy. Extremely, extremely pointy. Like the whole head is like an arrow pointing down. Man, I was not into like early 2000s anime, really. Once I got out of the WB Kids bracket, I was like, maybe I was bullied out of it, but I was not around for the Moe era. I did not, I think I tried to get into Hitalia, but then I couldn't figure out like where or how to watch it, and I kind of gave up. There was like some people in the South Park fandom that were like adjacent to the South Park. They were in the South Park fandom that did they did like a Hitalia based off of states in America. It was like really cute. And then they got to Oregon and I was like, that's not... I don't know. It was very... I'm sure a lot of people feel that way when anytime there's a personification. Like anytime there's anything like that, it's like, my dude, you clearly know nothing about the place that you have based this off of. Like, I'm sure Hitalia is got plenty of that, but I remember being like so angry of just like, you know that we're hip, just draw a hipster. Like, it's not that, like, we literally... Hipster is so funny to me because it literally, the like joke about hipsters that you see everywhere is, why are you wearing a scarf? It's 80 degrees out. And it's it makes me like so angry, and it's like, it's because you are in California and the style that you're wearing is based off of living in the Pacific Northwest, where we do wear a scarf a lot of the time, and honestly, we just got fashionable with the shit we were already wearing. The hipster style has glasses because everyone in Portland has glasses. Like, it's just, we're very neurodivergent up here. There's a lot of glasses. It is funny that glasses are like the one like disability aid that people wear to look cool. That people use to just, actually that's not true. Canes do get the sort of like, this is an affectation treatment, but then you get that miserable thing of like, do you really need those, or are you just wearing them for blah blah? Like, no, I am pretty blind actually without these. Thank you for assuming the worst though. And yes, I am wearing a scarf because it looks cool. Thank you for asking. It was just neat for the hipster stuff to be everywhere and to have some hometown pride about it. Like, I drew Ariel as a hipster. Hell yeah, man. Way better character design than fucking Ariel's waistline is so... It's so, like, untenable that when they made the Ariel Dark Ride at Disneyland, they had to widen her waist so that they could get the animatronic shit in there. Like, they couldn't even get it to fit without making her bigger. And I'm like, yeah, think about, like, organs. Like, think about organs in a skeleton. Like, I did recently see a person that was like, this company did AI and then they hired me to fix the thing that it drew, and then like his version of it was like way more sexist. I was like, I thought the whole thing is like, AI is really bigoted. I'm not gonna start talking about AI, I'll get all fucking worked up about it. Sick of it. Sick of it. Oh, Yugi, why are you so unnecessarily complicated? How do people animate you? The answer is very cheaply. I am so in, like, the animation thing for so long has been like, specifically for like television, because you have to make so many episodes of a thing so fast, of just like, make the character model so simple because you need to draw it so many times, and then you get to like, I don't know, more and more often these days as we really streamline the process, just these like intensely detailed models that are just done over and over again. I mean, especially in anime. Anime's been doing that for fucking ever, but I couldn't be me. Couldn't be me in general. I tried to be an animator, and I found that I simply do not have the patience required for it. I would love to be a storyboarder, though. I think that would be nice, and it doesn't have to be as clean and polished as comic books. I like coming up with shots. I like coming up with shots in order to convey what's happening in a story. I would love to make comics if I had literally any patience for drawing. I have read that Scott McCloud book front to back like 4 times. It's so good. Highly recommend. I think it is just called like How to Draw Comics or How to Make Comics, but it is like the standard how to do this book is not always very good in every sort of instance. I would say this is one of those ones where it's like, I actually don't know how anybody could improve upon this. But also I haven't really looked. This is an Invader Zim Urkin. This is an Urkin. I've drawn an Urkin. Let me do a little no, that's not what's happening here. What's happening is, oh, they have one of these. They have one of I love the harsh. I love when you get the like black shadows that are like attached to the outlines on top of the already like cell shading. That's fun. Wouldn't it be wild if I started actually shading and coloring things? Ha ha ha, what if? Sweats nervously. Never. I would never. I would never. My thing has always been like, I will learn how to shade things once I've gotten to a point with my line art that I'm happy with. And this is the greatest trick I've ever played on myself, because I will never get my line art to a place where I'm fully happy with it. That is a lifelong battle. And I basically made it, I've given myself an excuse to never shade anything ever in my life. Which is why I am now at a point where the skill gap is rough. And that's always hard. The more of an eye you get as an artist, when your eye as an artist grows faster than your skill as an artist, and you're like very, very painfully aware of like the lack of your skill level, that's rough. I do get why people do AI. I get it. It's just, Jesus. I think they'd figure it out why it's shit. I just said I wasn't gonna do it. Said I wasn't gonna talk about it. Look at this child. Look at this child possessed by a fucking... Was this the original big, like, self-cessed pairing? I don't know all of them. Oh, hi, Otter! Yeah, I go until 7, so there's about another 7 minutes left. Oh, chat in general. I should look at chat. Ariel says AI is bigoted because it's trained on bigoted people. Welcome to my TED Talk. Yeah, it's rough. I keep seeing new shit coming out of like new ways it's awful in that respect. I feel like a lot of the how-to books really prove the saying, those who can do, those who can do, those who can't teach. I fucking hate that. That saying has bred so many fucking abusive drama teachers. It's so infuriating. I am terrible at line art. Lineless for the world. For the win. Yeah. I'm a cartoon kid, so I value line art very much. I mean, so many cartoons like are not shaded. Like it's all about the line art and the expression and the emotion and whatnot, and then just slap a fucking color in there. So I'm a little cooked in that respect. Hi, explosion of happiness. Yes, exactly the AI shit. It's just a fact to be. Yep. I try not to. I will get myself too worked up if I think about it for too long, and I will throw a chair like in that meme. Okay, I'm on to the part that I didn't want to do. Is this a separate layer? Did I make a separate layer for this? Oh, of course I didn't. Why would I do that to myself? I need to make him hair big. I need to make him hair so big. Let's do a little cut and paste. Cut. I will finish this before 7. I will. Fucking bet. Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it. Remember that scene from High School Musical 3? Where he throws a tantrum on a golf course? I was a little too old for High School Musical, and so I had a younger friend was like, because I remember seeing those GIFs, the GIF set on Tumblr of him having the tantrum on a golf course. It is like so good, where he's just like angrily frolicking. It's fucking incredible. And my friend was like, oh, have you not like actually like seen the full video? And now that song is a regular rotation in my various playlists. It's so good. It's so corny. The most fucking like privileged white kid line of it is, I don't want to win if I can't wait. I don't want to win this game if I can't do things my way. something to that effect. It's so fucking funny. Like, okay. Keep trying, I guess. I'm sure you'll fail your way up. Honor says, my cat has been freed! Yes! Cat out of the bag! Oh, there's so many more lightnings on this man's head. This man / young boy, depending on how he feels at the moment. I do recall Yu-Gi X Yu-Gi-Oh being a thing. That is one world of ship I did not get into, but it seemed like they were having fun over there. The quality of fanfic for kids stuff used to be worse because it was all written by kids. I had a really rough time as an original Invader Zib and Dib shipper, because it was just all like you could not what is the phrase? You could not breathe for, I don't know, the thing where you couldn't move around in the room without running into a fucking, like, you make it maybe 500 words into a fic and Dib is cutting himself and playing like My Chemical Romance. Like, it's really brutal. It was rough out there. Wow, his ears really fully do come out past his hair, huh? Well, not today, they don't. But then Enter the Florpus came out, and everybody, like, all of those same kids came back into the fandom with like years and years and years of experience under their belt of doing art and fic, and like it was like it's like there's actual fucking stuff for my thing for fucking once. It's magical. I'm so happy that Florpus came out. Also, Into the Florpus was just a fucking, like, the plot of freaking most Invader Zim fanfics was like, oh, they realize that their parental figures actually hate them and have abandoned them, and they come together based on that. And then it's like, oh, that was the plot of Florpus. Like, how did you guys just sort of let like some of the original fans into the writer's room? Because you did just sort of do the fan fiction. But it used to be a whole thing. Should I etch in the black? I still have a minute. I could also do a retrospective on everything that's been drawn. I'll etch in the black real quick. Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not sure if you guys were aware of this, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Is king of games. He could not have been more clear. I mean, he was, like, reverbed to hell, but if you're paying attention, you can tell. Spoilers, though, he does not win the tournament. I do believe Joey wins the tournament, and I think it was because he had a more noble cause, or also they got his grandpa out some other way. Anyway, that's what Yugi's supposed to look like, not these motherfuckers up here. Look at this fucking cavalcade of jokers. I'm fucking, and I can't. I move this sucker out of the way. Fucking tag yourself in this friend group. Are you angry that it's too humid for your hair? Are you having... you were climbing up the stairs and thought there was an extra step and have an out-of-body experience? Are you distracted at something over there and a little bit angry about it, maybe a little miffed about it? Are you, little baby, boo 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 boo? Are you fucking running me down in the street to fucking return my wallet to me? Or are you Yugi Muto? Muto. Are you king of games? Yu-Gi-Oh! Is king of games, yes. I'm not sure if this has gotten around yet. At least in my circle, it is well known. All right, let's do a little retrospective. We did, I mean, the VOD will be up, of course, but I would like to look at what has been done today. Oh god, but everything's on separate layers. Okay, this was the Yu-Gi-Oh squad. They go away now. Where does that one live? Where do you live, sir? No, there he is. Alright, I believe we started with trying to figure out how to draw these guys. Oh, the Jigglypuff with the eye! I love them dearly. I fucking forgot. Oh my god. And then we did the comic redraw. Ah! An error occurred. It refreshed my page. Come on, come back. There we go. Okay. And then we did the comic redraw, which I can boop, put that on the screen. Nope, hide that. So here's the first page. We have Pikachu telling them about their mission, that they need to go to the mine on the moon, or the mind, depending on how far along you are in the comic and whether or not I figured out how it was actually spelled. And is that everybody? Wait, why is this on a separate layer? Why are you on a separate layer, sir? And then we have, yay, this is our lineup. I choose you. And Pikachu being very fired up about the mission. And nope, where are you? Nope, yep, hide. And then we have our super phallic spaceship with Pikachu at the head. And nope, that's later. And landing on the moon with our super phallic spaceship, and Pikachu not being able to find the mine, but Ditto found it. And then we have awkwardly proportioned Sifloop Yuri! Hooray! Happy Yuri to one. To all, to one and all to thee, and all to my brain is melted, and off to play Deltarune. Happy Yuri Day! Thank you so much for being here. That was fun. The comic's still in the way of the Yuri. That was awesome! Yay! I'm excited to put all of those pictures together and make a little comic page and whatnot. Yummy Yuri! Happy Yummy Yuri Day! Yay! Oh, this was fun. Alright. Do a stretch, drink some water, eat some food, take your meds, and be kind to yourself. You are all wonderful, and I love you all. Wait, I'm gonna name people. I'm gonna name people who are here. Thank you for coming. Ariel, and Arpel, and Carly, and Lolly, and Nazgroidum was there, and Otter, and I think that's everybody. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I just like to give a shout out. Anyway, I think that was everybody. I think I got everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Have a wonderful day. Bye!